So I'm Dan McDonald, I'm the series producer for the Dark Pictures anthology.
I'm Greg Howson, I'm the Communications Director at Supermassive.
All right. So, we've known about Man of Medan for a while, but today you guys have revealed to us for the first time the multiplayer aspects of the game. Tell us a little bit about why you waited so long to announce the multiplayer and why it's such an important factor to your game.
So waiting so long, it's we wanted to. It's a whole new series that we're bringing to the fore. A whole bunch of different games that we're going to make this Dark Pictures anthology. So we need to get that out, and then we needed to tell the story about what that game is. But we didn't really want to just tell people about multiplayer. We wanted to show them and actually get people playing it, because that's how we get people excited about it, by getting them playing it. So I think that's why we've waited so long, to make sure it's in the right state to show you that you can play it and understand it, and really looking forward to getting it in the hands of the players and hearing how they're going to play it and enjoy it and stuff. So that's the main reason why we've sort of delayed that announcement, just getting it in people's hands. In terms of why it's so important for us, we've built this thing up from the ground up to be multiplayer. We've also focused a lot on the single player story of it, single player aspect of it. It's from day one we knew we were going to be doing multiplayer. The whole thing on this series was it's going to be multiplayer. We wanted to try something new, something different. Really surprised other people haven't done this before. There's a lot of multiplayer games out there, but a multiplayer narrative game where you're both asking questions of each other, having the conversations with each other, interacting with each other in lots of different ways. It's just built from the ground up to be multiplayer. It's just a really exciting time for us to be showing it to you.
And I think as well, one of the main reasons we went multiplayer is because of the way we saw people play Until Dawn. So whether it was people coming around sitting on the couch playing the game together, and it really felt, we had a lot of feedback that people loved playing this game with other people. So again, that sort of fed into the design of the Dark Pictures anthology.
It was that seeing people play together and how can we push that forward and do more with it. Not just, we're doing movie night as well, which is a big thing for us, and that's really enabling people to do what we've seen them do anyway. We've seen YouTubers and all kinds of people playing it that way, sitting around on the sofa with their friends, and we want other people at home to be doing that, because that's how you consume horror movies and horror TV shows. It's a social experience. You talk about it, you get scared together. You laugh at each other when you're getting scared. So it's just a really social activity, and that's what we want it to be. The movie night aspect of it is definitely, getting people to get their names in there, and then some commentary on the end of it where, how you've done and whatever else. And even while you're not playing, you're going to interact because, oh no, don't do that, go that way, do this, and it brings the room together. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a cool mode.
Yeah, well, I for one am a big coward, so I don't like watching horror movies alone. So I like that I can play through this with other people, because I personally need that. Otherwise, I probably would never play horror games.
Yeah, everyone does that. You've got someone with you to hold your hand, or you're hiding behind the cushion or whatever. We all do that. We used to go to horror movies as kids and scare the life out of each other, and it's just a really social, fun activity. And it's, we've all played them on our own, and this game is made to be played on its own as well. It's not that we've focused on movie night or shared story to the detriment of single player. It still has that fun aspect, sitting with the lights off on your own, if you like that kind of thing, if you can take that kind of thing. But we've had that tagline now for a long time out there, don't play alone. And this was our little treatment of that, sort of letting people know that's what it was without telling them. So now we're finally telling them. So that's cool.
I guess one of the interesting things was you don't just play as one single character throughout the whole narrative. You hop around, you get turns as basically everybody, which means that no one can direct one person's path completely. You're all making decisions for the group as it goes along, depending on where you end up.
Yeah, so we've doing a multiplayer game with that kind of stuff has got its challenges to it, because we want anything the player knows, the characters don't necessarily know, but because you're playing as Conrad at one point and I might be playing as him later, I need to know that information. So we have to make sure there's catch-up scenes, parts of the game where the characters are explaining to each other so that I can get filled in as a player. I haven't seen you play that bit. I wasn't on the dive, I didn't see what happened to you. So yeah, it's important that we show people what's going on and make sure the characters, there's a truth to the narrative. We can't just make things up. That comment can't suddenly go from there to over there. It's all carefully worked out, and that has thrown a lot of challenges for the multiplayer aspect. But it's been worth it, I think.
I think the thing with movie night is so social. So Dan will make a decision about Conrad, and then whoever takes it over will disagree, and there'll be a lot of arguments and stuff. But that's kind of part of the experience, really.
Actually, you guys mentioned movie night a few times. Can we go into a little more detail about what exactly movie night is and like how it's going to work in a group setting?
So movie night is basically pass the pad. Again, we saw people playing it that way, playing our other games that way. So we wanted to enable that. So you put your name in, you pick a character, that's your character for the rest of the game. Come what may, whatever happens to that character, that's yours to deal with. So we've got 5 main playable characters in the game, so it's 2 to 5 players. So at the start of it, you assign out all your characters. So one player might have 2 of them, the other player might have 3, or if you're playing 5 player, you each get 1 each. And yeah, whenever it's your turn, we pause the game, stop the game, give you that moment to get the controller for everyone else, and then off you go, you play your part of it. We then do a bit of a roundup at the end of each of the acts. We've games broken down to certain moments. Those acts, it will tell you how you've played. So you're the high achiever, or you've done the worst, or whatever. Didn't make enough decisions, or whatever those comments are. Again, it's just a fun little way of bringing the room together, so you can all laugh at each other on what you did. But you really find that as you're playing it, people will sit and call out and no, choose that, no, don't do that, and because it's there together, you're watching it together and experiencing it together. And that's the great thing about doing these shorter stories that we're doing, sort of 3 to 4.5 hours long, that you can do it in a night, you can play it with your friends like you would a movie, and then there's so much branching and different ways, different outcomes for these things, that you can play it again. It's a whole new story. I mean, obviously there's certain things which happen. They go on this ghost ship adventure, essentially. But some of the stuff you'll have seen today with someone escaping or getting shot, or different places they can die. There's a lot of branching. There's a lot of replayability in there. So you'll get a different experience every time you play it.
Medan is the most branching game we've ever made. I think we worked out there were 69 death scenes, so you'd have to play the game about 8 times to see all of those. So as Dan says, there's a lot going on there.
69 death scenes. That sounds like something that should be on the box right there.
So we were talking about this last night, about the amount of branching we've got in the game, and obviously when we review our games a lot. The directors, we're in a room together all the time looking at the software. The whole team have reviewed the game loads, really focused on their disciplines. But for us, we're coming towards the end, making sure it's ready. We review the thing over and over again, and there's so much stuff every day that I've never seen before. I've literally never seen before, and I know every single node in that game. I was there when we designed it. I was there when we shot a lot of the stuff, and I've never seen it before. How on earth did we get to that? Oh right, it's because I did that, and you did that, and this happened over here, and it's just huge. It's absolutely mammoth, and I mean that's a scary proposition for us to build the thing. But it means we get these great outcomes and great different moments, or one-liners that make you laugh, or some scary moment that you've never seen before. It's really cool.
Let's see. One of the things that I like about the multiplayer aspect is it also drives conversation. You're going to be like, oh, well, I went off and did this. Like, what were you doing while I was doing that, and who are you playing as? While I was over here. And you really, to get the whole story, you've really got to, you got to do those. You got to replay through it, and you've got to really have those conversations with the people you're playing with.
And there's so many different ways to play it that it's different outcomes. And did you see that? Did you see this? And that's again the great thing about branching. We've seen that with our previous games. A lot of the stuff ends up on the internet, on YouTube, and there'll be people hunting down, trying to work out how you get that combination of things to make that happen over there. So we love that. We love that community of people talking about our games and trying to figure the things out. We have carefully designed it all out so that we know where the branching goes. It's just a surprise when you see some of it and you've not seen it for a few months.
One of the reasons, to your point about conversations, a shared story online is you play with friends. It's very much about conversations after the game or even during the game, and it's really about experiencing that story together and I did this, you did that, what did you do? And that's one of the reasons we designed it for friends.
All right, are you guys gonna come over and hold my hand, and just spill the popcorn everywhere with me when it gets really scary?
Lights on, sound down. Lights on, sound down. You'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll come over and play it with you. That'll be fine.
All right. Yeah, sure. All right. I'm just gonna be the little spoon this time, though. That's all. When is Man of Medan releasing, and on what platforms?
So it's coming out on the 30th of August. So this year, very soon, 2019. And it's coming out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam. That's been a big deal for us going multi-platform. Working with Bandai, we've got a great partnership with them. Just really excited for everyone to get their hands on it.